The new year in movie theaters starts this weekend.
Our movie guy, Aaron Lafferty, is here to give us a preview of what's available.
Okay, I have a feeling I know what the huge movie is going to be this weekend, but I don't want to.
Yeah.
What is it going to be?
See, here's the thing.
Are you not excited about this?
No, it's January. This is where the studios put their movies that they're not expecting much from. Because
Really?
people aren't getting out to the theaters as much because it's winter.
Because the big bang was at the holiday season.
Exactly. So you got winter. People aren't getting out. People are in school. You know, they're just not going to theaters much. Plus, most studios don't really put a lot of investment into this time of year.
Right. Well, what about Country Strong? Because we're seeing that promoted. That's the Gwyneth Paltrow movie that I'm referring to.
It's getting mixed reviews, mostly negative.
Really?
The acting's good. Gwyneth Paltrow does good singing, from what I hear. I haven't seen it yet, so from what I hear, she does a good job singing. She's got Tim McGraw. Obviously, Tim McGraw can sing.
That's a huge draw in itself.
Garrett Hedlund, who was in Tron, is in this movie too, and Leighton Meester. I probably mispronounced her name, but anyways, it's getting some good reviews from people who are really into country music. So if that's you, this is probably the movie to see this weekend. If not, maybe wait to see it on DVD, so you're not as disappointed. You know, making the trek through the snow to the theater, paying the ticket prices and all that. Maybe see it on DVD, and maybe you won't be as disappointed. But getting okay reviews, but nothing great.
This is not going to be something like the Loretta Lynn one, Coal Miner's Daughter.
No, Coal Miner's Daughter, or Walk the Line with Reese Witherspoon.
Movie too.
Probably not in that caliber, but I guess we'll see. Maybe see it on DVD unless you really want to get out this weekend.
But that's not the only pick this weekend, though.
No, getting even worse reviews this season.
Oh my goodness.
Let's just go downhill from here.
We're just going downhill. Again, it's January. That's usually not great movies this time of year, except for the ones that were like Oscar nominated that come out in later release. This movie was delayed originally it was from March 2010 until January of this year. That's a red flag if nothing else is telling you. Nicolas Cage, Ron Perlman. It sounds like a good thing. The director from Gone in 60 Seconds is behind this movie, but from everything I've read, this is one of the worst reviewed movies in a long time. Definitely probably going to get a Razzie nomination for Nicolas Cage, for the director, for the movie.
Wow.
This is a really poorly made movie, from what I've heard. I haven't seen it yet.
Right, and there have been a ton of previews for this, and actually the previews look pretty interesting.
Right, and that's another red flag for you.
Compensation.
Is they're overhyping this to make you think you need to go see it, and if you really think you want to see it, I would definitely say wait and see it on DVD if you want to see this movie. Otherwise, don't even worry about it.
Nicolas Cage's career? I haven't seen a good movie from him.
It's kind of on and off. If he gets a good role, he gets into it. Sorcerer's Apprentice wasn't bad, but he's just not, Apparently, he didn't even take on an English accent in this movie. He just kind of went through it with his regular accent. So, yeah.
That is the mark of a good actor, to be able to do that. We know that Gwyneth Paltrow did take on an accent for this.
Yes, and she sung her own song. So
so that's cool. Okay, so
you've been warned. Let me just say that. You've been warned.
You heard it here. Laugh at the movies. But there's also a couple of West Michigan-made movies that you can watch this weekend.
Exactly. So we saw a gun being made last year, about this time last year, January. We got to see the shots inside the Lear plant. Val Kilmer's here. 50 Cent, one of his movies. John Larroquette's in this movie. Anna Linda McCord, James Remar, Danny Trejo. Sounds like a pretty good cast. It's R-rated. It definitely earns its R rating. So don't see this with kids if you rent this at home this weekend. It wasn't great. Not necessarily a movie for grown-ups to be proud of. This is the first time that 50 Cent wrote a movie, so he kind of wrote the story for this. He did okay. It wasn't bad. There's some things that you can see that are pretty good, but not just a great great thing to watch.
Okay.
Learning curve. Yeah. So maybe the next one.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Right.
The one they just filmed.
Yeah. Maybe setup will be better.
Yeah. Okay.
More money, bigger cast. More times you get through it, maybe it'll get better.
Okay, another movie, too, that was made locally?
Yeah, a made-for-TV movie on the Hallmark Channel this weekend. Actually, Saturday at 9 o'clock is Perfectly Prudence, which is Jane Seymour, Joe Lando, who was with her on Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman, so they're back together again.
She's like the Dick Clark of women.
Exactly.
That's an interesting way to put it, too.
So Perfectly Prudence is a follow-up to a Hallmark Channel movie from 2008. It's about a home host kind of show kind of thing where she kind of gets into solving murders and whatnot. And so there's a big shakeup on her show, and that's what this movie's all about.
Interesting. Okay.
And that was shot in Ada for a couple weeks last year.
Cool. Okay. Well, thank you for the heads up.
Yeah.
We appreciate
All
that.
the movies we shouldn't go see.
Exactly.
Well, that's as important as going, you're going to spend your money on something and you want to know.
And Social Network comes out on DVD next Tuesday, so
awesome.
check that out.
Okay, for more information, you can check out the Laugh at the Movies blog or check them out on Facebook as well.
Exactly.
That's great. Well, coming up, we're going to take you to the Betty Ford exhibit at the Ford Presidential Museum.
Stay with us.
That's West.